What's up guys, my name is Jack and I am a full-time Depop top seller. In this video, I have mastered the new Depop with the fee change. I have loaded this video with some really solid tips and tricks from someone who has been grinding on Depop for the last 2 weeks since that Depop fee change. Figure out how to master to make your Depop better than ever. And let me just tell you, I'm making more sales and making more money on Depop than what I ever have been. This video starts, if you guys would hit the subscribe button for me. We are so close to 7,000 subscribers. And if you guys have any questions throughout this video, please leave them in the comments or message me on Instagram and I will get back to you on those. I try my best, and you guys can ask anyone that asks me questions. I always try to respond and give you guys a fair, clear answer, because at the end of the day, I don't think there's anything to gatekeep with Depop, and I think that is just a massive learning process and it can be very difficult to understand, so I'm going to do my best to explain that to you. But here are my Depop top 5 tips and tricks. Now, in the course of 3 years, Depop has made a lot of changes, but nothing as major as what they just did. Depop has changed the fee system so that the buyer pays the fees and not the seller, which in a full circle world is perfect for sellers, but there is a lot of drawbacks and new issues popping up with Depop that I'm going to get through with you guys today. And about 2 weeks ago, they applied the new fee system to Depop, and they did it without really telling anyone. It was just randomly one day, hey, anything you list after today is going to be the buyer's fee and not the seller. Which you guys didn't know, Depop charges a 10% fee. And the first couple days after they initiated this fee change, I panicked. I'm sure a lot of you guys are panicking too, because the new fee system can be scary for new sellers and sellers that just don't know how to conquer it. This new fee system can be very difficult to understand, why they would do this, and 2, how to still make the sales you need to survive on Depop. For the last 2 weeks, I have been grinding on Depop, posting at least 20 items a day, spending a lot of time on the app just with offers and everything else. I posted a video last year on Depop tips and tricks to help you guys with sales from a top seller, and I got a lot of good feedback. A lot of people messaging me saying they really enjoyed the video, asking questions. So in this video today, I'm going to redo that video for the new Depop fee change. I'm going to try to make these not repetitive as the last video, and if you guys want to watch that last video, I will link it down in the description below, because it has a lot of good beginner tips and tricks to help you guys make more sales and to become a top seller one day. I have 5 really solid tips and tricks, and the last one has totally changed my outlook on Depop and has made me so much more successful. But the number one, and this one I think is the most important, is going to be the new pricing. And what I mean by that is how much you guys should be charging for your items now that the fee change is different, and also the fact that you guys may want to start accepting offers. Now, for the past couple weeks, I have been receiving hundreds and hundreds of offers a day, which is not very new to Depop. I've always received a lot of offers. But now with the new fee change, the buyers are seeing that they're paying the 10% and they're wanting a little bit cheaper of items to make up for that 10%. Now, for the first couple days after the fee change, the offers were crazy. I was countering, declining, accepting all day, every day. And I just come up with a really good system to people maybe don't send offers as much and they just end up buying the item without sending an offer in the first place. Now, I said this in the last video and I will say it again. Anything around 10 to 15% off what I'm asking for the item, I usually accept. And when I'm listing, I'm always in my head adding a couple percent just to make sure that I can accept the offers. I'm not going to be losing out on money I could be earning. So just make sure you guys are pricing your items fairly. And a really easy way to do that is to discount items immediately after you post them. Now, I've been doing this for a long time. It's been like 7 years of me reselling, but 3 to 4 years of me selling on Depop. And I've learned the ways that sellers like to see items priced to immediately buy them. And the easiest way for me to explain it to you guys and for you guys to make more sales on your own Depop is this. So when I post an item, I will always try to look at comps if I do not know the exact price I want to list something at. I'll scroll through a little bit just to see what other people are pricing that item at, and I'll match or go a little bit lower than what other people are asking. And right when I post the item, I'll immediately go to set a discount and take 10 to 20% off the item to make my item more appealing to the other buyers. And with basic $15 to $25 items, 10 to 20% off is only a couple dollars. And I will always sacrifice a couple dollars to get an item sold because I like to move in quantity, not as much quality. And what I mean by that is most of my items, almost all of them that I have on Depop, I have thrifted. So my cost of product is already pretty low. So just a quick and easy tip for you guys that you guys can immediately go on your Depop and do right now is discount items at least 10%. I really think that this is a crucial tip to make those extra 2 to 3 sales a day, which can turn to what I'm trying to do right now, which is 10 to 20 items sold a day. The next is lighting and background. Now, this is something I've actually been reading a lot in the community notes from Depop. They've put in a big emphasis on what your background is. Now, I've changed my background over the years, but for the past like 6 to 8 months, I've been using this background right here behind me. And if you recognize it, it's probably because I post on Depop every single day, and that is usually my background if I'm posting tops. You want to get known for your background. You want people to see the background and immediately know the seller because they know you're a good seller, and they may see multiple items and will get that free shipping or a bundle discount. And with lighting, I see so many new sellers using a ceiling fan light or not natural lighting. And I know not everyone can take pictures during the day when it is light out, but you can buy yourself some good LED lighting like this one, and I have a lamp behind me with 2 of the Hue LED light bulbs that I can actually change the colors of to match the lighting outside or match the lighting at night to maximize the look. Number 3, and again, this is something I tell every single person that asks me for tips and tricks on Depop, is post consistently. I know I said it in the last video, but this will be and always will be the most important factor into becoming successful on Depop. For years, I've been trying to do 15 items a day. Sometimes I lack a little bit and it's around 10 items a day, but here in the last week or two, I've been trying to maximize that and do 20 to 25 items a day. And I have seen massive gains in my profits and sales with me posting more stuff. Last week, I was in the 200s for the world ranking, which is actually pretty good for me doing this all myself. I get some help from my girlfriend with photoing shorts, but that's really it. I do everything else myself on Depop, and I thrift, take care of my daughter, and do everything else, so I understand it can be very hard to post consistently. But I'm telling you, you can find that 30 minutes to an hour a day to photo some items and get them posted. And my next tip is going to be ask community questions. Now, this can mean a couple things, but when you're a top seller or become a top seller, you get into a top seller community forum. And you can go on there and it's worldwide and you can ask any type of question, you can read all the questions, you can get the answers and talk to the Depop support team. Now, you do not have to be a top seller to get into these community questions. There are millions of Reddit feeds and different forums online that you guys can read to get some new tips and new update information. And while asking community questions isn't as important as the other 3 I just listed, I do think it is important to talk about because the last 3 I kind of talked about in my last video, but this one I didn't, and I do think it's important for those really trying to take Depop seriously. And last up, number 5, arguably what has changed my Depop forever and something I'm going to use for a long time because it has changed everything about Depop, and that is AutoPoser. Now, I am not sponsored by AutoPoser. They are not giving me any money to make this video for you guys. It's something that I actually independently tried out myself before I even reached out to AutoPoser, and wow, it has changed everything. And now AutoPoser is not just for Poshmark. It is a cross-listing platform, and I have maximized my sales without cross-listing anything. AutoPoser has a really cool Depop feature where it can auto delist and relist items for you in the snap of a finger. And that is super important with these new fees for sellers like myself who have 800 to 1,000 items posted at all times. Going through and delisting to relist my items to get that fee change would have taken me days and hours to get done. But with a snap of my finger, it can do 100 items a day. You can set it to change the prices, set it to add percents off, and you can even send people offers that like your item. Now, there's 2 main features with Depop. I already said the first one, which is going to be the delist to relist. Now, the second one is going to be sending offers to people that like your item. Now, this one can be a little overwhelming if you have a lot of items sold and get a lot of likes a day. It can really help you get those extra 3 to 5 items sold a day. And every single day that I've had this feature turned on, I have gotten hundreds of new offers and sent out hundreds of new offers to different buyers. And even if I only get 2 to 3 extra sales a day, that can be massive for a yearly basis. So every day I calculated, I get around 300 likes on items, which means AutoPoser would automatically send out 300 offers on my end that I can set the percentage I want to take off for the buyer. So I set mine to take an automatic 10% off because, like I said, I will take a 10% off offer at any point. And if someone likes your item on Depop, that usually means they're interested in it. Most of the time, that means they're interested in the item. They just may want a different price or they can't buy it right now. And the offers that they send out last 24 hours, so they give them the full day to make their mind up to either buy the item or send another counter, which in turn I may end up accepting anyway. Now, I'll pop up on the screen the AutoPoser dashboard that I see when I look at my account, and it's the most simple software I've ever used because it's literally 2 buttons. Turn off or turn it on. And you can change the settings, but you do not have to make it successful. Now, AutoPoser you do have to pay for monthly, but with the cost being pretty cheap, around $40 to $60, depending on how much you guys want to spend and what features you want to use, you can pretty easily get your money back in within a day or two. And the first day I had AutoPoser turned on to auto delist and relist and send offers on every item people liked, I think I made an extra $120 in sales that day. And if you guys would like to try AutoPoser out and save some money, make sure to use my affiliate code, which will be JackThrifts, and it'll be linked down in the description. And again, they are not sponsoring me. I actually reached out to the owner of AutoPoser, asked some questions. So I want to make sure that this is safe and a good product. I used it for 2 weeks, and I haven't had any issues from Depop, but I really do think a lot of you guys can benefit from using AutoPoser. And I'm not going to get rich off using my affiliate link at all. I just truly think it is the best software I've ever used, not just for cross-listing, if you guys do that, just maintaining a really professional Depop page. So if you guys really do want to take Depop seriously, I think AutoPoser is a great way to do that. It's a great trick to make more money, more sales, get more followers, and get more attention on items. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know at first I was very scared of the new Depop update. I was saying that I'm very fearful of this for what happened to Mercari sales and the sellers that sell on Mercari. But over these last 2 weeks, I've really been grinding and said, you know what, instead of just worrying about it, why not just work way harder and make it so I cannot fail? And you guys can do that too with these tips I gave you. And guys, again, try out AutoPoser. You get it 1 week for free. And with my affiliate code, I believe you guys save 10 to 15% off a month. So make sure to check that out. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy it and you guys learned something from my tips and tricks. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.